Good morning. Today we are going to start with the topic performance of contract. Okay, we are seeing Sale of Goods Act and we have completed the topic of sale, sell, distinction and all. We have also seen the transfer of property in the previous video, transfer of property in the goods and all. And one of the most important concept here remains is what? Performance of contract. Now what is performance of contract? Performance means when the seller fulfills his promise and the buyer fulfills his promise. In a contract of sale of goods, both are having reciprocal promises. The seller is agreeing or promising to sell the goods, to give possession of the goods, and for that purpose the buyer is agreeing that he will give the money, he will give the price. Okay, so performance of contract of sale means as regard the seller, delivery of the goods to the buyer, and as regards the buyer, acceptance of the delivery of the goods and payment for them in accordance with the terms of contract. So they are reciprocal promises. The seller promising to give the delivery, the buyer promising to take the delivery and payment of price. Okay, now here we are going to see now delivery of goods. Now what is delivery of goods? Delivery means voluntary transfer of possession of goods from the seller to the buyer. Voluntary transfer means he is giving the goods, the seller is giving the goods to the buyer. That is called as delivery. Now delivery may be of three types. One is actual delivery or symbolic or constructive delivery. Okay, actual delivery means what? When the goods are like accessible, means the seller can just pick it up and give it. That is called as actual delivery. Handing over the goods from the seller to the buyer, that is called as actual delivery. Where the goods are handed over by the seller to the buyer or his duly authorized agent, the delivery is called as actual. Means putting the goods in the possession of the buyer. That is called as actual delivery. Now, the second is what? Symbolic delivery. Symbolic delivery means when the goods are very much bulky or they are incapable of giving actual delivery, then what do? You give a symbolic delivery, that is giving a key. Giving a key of a car is a symbolic delivery of giving the car to the buyer. Okay, this is symbolic. The third is what? Constructive delivery or delivery by atonement, means when the goods are in possession of some third person, maybe a warehouse keeper, and the warehouse keeper is agreeing to the buyer that okay, hereafter I will hold possession for you. This is a delivery from the seller to the buyer, but the goods remain in the possession of the warehouse keeper. Okay, but delivery has taken place. This is called as constructive delivery. We will repeat again. When the goods are in warehouse, in a godown keeper is holding possession for the seller. Now the seller sells the goods to the buyer. But what the buyer says that he wants the goods in the godown only. So he contacts the godown keeper and tells that hereafter I will pay the money and all. I will pay the charges, godown charges. You keep the goods with you. Here the ownership has passed from seller to the buyer and possession has also passed from seller to the buyer constructively, though physically the goods are with the godown keeper only. Okay, this is called as constructive delivery. Now when you see the rules of delivery of goods, the first rule is this only, that is mode of delivery. What is a mode of delivery? Either it can be symbolic, either it can be constructive, or either it can be actual. Okay, now the second rule is what? Delivery and payment concurrent conditions. Concurrent means at the same time. At the time of sale, the seller gives the possession and the buyer gives the payment. He takes the delivery. This is called as concurrent condition. Means the delivery and payment of goods is concurrent. Means at the same time. According to the terms of contract, they take place at the same time. Okay, this is called as delivery and payment as a concurrent condition. Many of the goods, when they are sold, the transaction is what? Concurrent transaction. Sale takes place immediately by delivery and payment. Okay, now effect of part delivery means what? Here the seller has agreed that he will give some 50 things, 50 items, you can say 50 goods he will give to the buyer. The buyer also agrees for that. But what he does, he is not giving the whole 50 consignment. He is sending some part of it. When part of delivery is sent, which is not according to the terms of contract, what the buyer can do? Buyer can cancel the contract because the goods are not in a required terms of contract. They are not sufficient. He has sold only 25 or sent only 25 goods, but actually he should have sent 50 goods. So here the choice, the option is of the buyer. He can reject the transaction or he may accept it also, okay, and wait for the other 25 to come. A delivery of part of the goods in progress of the delivery of the whole has the same effect for the purpose of passing of the property in such goods as a delivery of the whole, but a delivery of the goods with an intention of severing it from the whole does not operate as a delivery of the remainder. Means when a person is sending 25 goods with an intention that he is going to send the other 25 also, it means by sending 25 he is accepting the transaction and he is going to send the other 25 also. But when he is sending 25 with an intention in mind that he will only send 25, not the other, it means he is sending only 25. Delivery of 25 goods has taken place, not the other 25. So the option remains with the buyer. Either he can cancel the transaction. Okay. Now when the goods are in a deliverable state, the seller has to inform to the buyer that the goods are in a deliverable state, better you can take it or we will have the transaction. Or sometimes law says that buyer also can apply. Apart from any express contract, the seller of goods is not bound to deliver them until the buyer applies for delivery. So he is going to apply, he is going to tell that I am going to take the delivery on this particular date and he will come. So the buyer has to apply. What will be the place of delivery? The place of delivery will be as per the terms of contract, or it can be where the contract has taken place, or it can be the office or the factory or the house also of the buyer. Okay, whenever they are manufactured, there also they can be sold. The place is as per the terms and conditions fixed by the parties, that is the seller and the buyer. What will be the time of delivery? The time may be fixed in the contract, time may be essence of contract, or time may not be essence of contract. Okay, if a time is essence of contract, the goods must be delivered at that particular time only, not afterwards. Okay, and the regular time is what? Working hours. It should not be some odd time. When the buyer is telling forthwith, immediate possession I want, it means he is telling that time is an essence of contract, immediately he wants to take the delivery. So it depends upon the buyer and the seller what their intention is and what they mention in the terms of contract. Okay, now cost of delivery. It depends upon the parties, what the seller decides and what the buyer decides. Law also says the same thing. Let the parties decide who will take the cost of delivery. But in a general sense, the cost of giving the delivery is of the seller and the cost of taking the delivery is of the buyer. See, unless otherwise agreed, all expenses of any incidental to making of delivery shall be borne by the seller, but all expenses and incidental things or charges of obtaining delivery are borne by the buyer. Okay. Now the next rule is delivery of wrong quantity. If a wrong quantity is been sold, it means it can be either less than the agreed terms, it can be more than, or it can be mixed up. Okay, so delivery of goods less than contracted for, what the buyer can do, buyer can cancel the contract or he can accept and he will pay it for that amount only, not for the extra which was fixed. Now if delivery is done of more quantity, then he can take whatever was agreed and the rest can be sent to the seller, or he can accept the whole transaction, whole goods, the extra also. At that time he has to pay for the extra which he has taken. Okay, now if he sends the good, the seller sends the goods which are mixed up. Now if they are mixed up, then the seller is responsible for removing, making separate and giving the goods to the exact goods which the buyer wants to the buyer. Okay, so if they are mixed with other goods where the seller delivers to the buyer, the goods he contracted to sell mixed with goods at a different description, the buyer may accept the goods which are in accordance with the contract and reject the rest, or he may reject the whole. So in these circumstances, when the terms and conditions have been broken by the seller while giving delivery, the buyer is at an option. He can either reject or either he can accept. Okay. Now these are the terms of, or you can say rules and regulations of delivery. We will just see. We have first seen the rule, mode of delivery, then delivery and payment must be concurrent condition, then effect of part delivery, then we have seen the buyer has to apply for delivery, then we have seen the rule of place of delivery, then time of delivery, then cost of delivery, then delivery of wrong quantity, means either less than, either more than, or either mixed with other goods. Okay, today we have completed the topic of delivery of goods. Okay, bye bye. See you in the next video.